So we have alternate DarKFoRcE, our German blue Zerg spawning on the left top side of the map. Once more Ohana, if I didn't say that before. And of course EG's very own, also handsome, DeMusliM. You know, Ben, I actually think this is one of, no, actually not the first time I cast DeMusliM, but I was about to say, like, I feel like I'm in Ben heaven, you know? I have my favorite Ben on my right, I have my other favorite Ben sort of on my left if I twitch my body and like on the screen is on the left. Like, my friend is on my right, my friend's on my left. It's Thursday.
What?
Gotta guess TVZ on Thursday. I'm just excited, man.
Oh, I get it.
Rebecca Black.
I know, but I was like, that's not how the song goes, and then it clicked.
Yes.
You're changing it up on me. Shoot, I lost my word. Anyway, one thing that I've been hung up on right now are the predictions. Who do you think's going to take this series? We've been talking about it a lot, but we haven't said one guy's favorite over the other.
No, it's a pretty tough game, but taking the conditions into circumstance and just DeMusliM's recent play, in my opinion, he's been looking pretty good in TVZ. Okay, he lost to Scarlet at the IPL, which was a little bit of an upset. But just in general, I do feel that he worked quite a bit on TVZ. And DeMusliM is a player who always takes the NASL really serious. He had a good start as well, taking out Show last week. So I feel he has this momentum going, Ben. And yeah, I love Ben as well. So maybe I'm a little bit biased, guys, but forgive me, I lived with the guy for almost a year. So hopefully you won't hold that against me. I think DeMusliM will take it.
Well, just because you made fun of my workout so much, I'm going to disagree.
Really?
I'm going to take DarKFoRcE. And I'm actually looking at my stat sheet here, and I know this to be wrong. It says DeMusliM is 4-0 against DarKFoRcE.
No, well, when the DarKFoRcE beat DeMusliM in EPS, that was Season 1, so that's literally almost 2 years ago. But yeah, maybe in recent encounters, that can definitely be true. You know what was funny as well?
If that is completely true, that doesn't bode well for my prediction.
Ooh, nice supply depot going down right there for DeMusliM. He's going to be able to pick off this drone straight away rather than chasing it around space. Last little story about these two guys. I once did a show with DeMusliM, which was very similar to our show, The Grass is Always Greener, and we called it All Eyes on DeMusliM. And at his very first show, he made a new account.
After being gone from his injury.
For more than 2.5 months, and this was literally one of the first moments he was actually playing active StarCraft again. He played 5 or 6 new games on his new account. He went 6-0, of course. And then all the fans were like, oh, come on, DeMusliM, play 2 games on your main account as well, because he still had high MMR. He's like, okay, first game, he gets DarKFoRcE. And he won. He was so happy. I actually remember walking back with him to the apartment, and he was really happy with that performance. He's like, man, this night couldn't have gone any better. And he's like, it was so much fun. I was like, yes, man. It
looks like DeMusliM is really keeping up with the TVZ metagame, as he's playing basically the exact same build we saw out of Ryung. 1 Rax fast expand into double gas and dropping that factory. So I don't think it's infeasible. Shoot, I don't think it's unlikely that we'll see some kind of Banshee play.
Nope, not at all. I'm of course curious to see how many Hellions he's going to produce and what is he going to do with it. But other than that, DeMusliM is a player as well. I wouldn't say that he dislikes Hellions or Banshees, but he doesn't use them all that often. We did see him use Hellions. Why do I keep saying Hellions?
Oh, look at that campfire.
Yeah, I'd never seen it either.
That's pretty cool.
How cool would it be if the Overlord catches on fire?
Look, what if you just saw like a Zealot camped out there?
Yeah. Or like a Zealot, like and a Zergling, like there is love.
It's a Zealot hooking up with a medic.
Yeah, that would be so badass. If they would have children, how would they look like? How cool would it be if like a Zealot and a medic?
Do you think if a Zealot and a medic had a kid, it would have a mouth?
Yeah, I think it's how cool would it be if like when the medevac girl gives birth and the Ultra List comes out?
Oh God, that's not a pretty picture, dude.
Just saying,
she's just like sitting there. She's got kind of like a big belly, and it's like the Ultralisk coming out of a larva egg. And
the Zealot scratches his head like, you've been cheating on me, haven't you?
How do you explain this, Tabitha?
And the other Zealots tell the Zealots, I told you, man, you can't trust medics.
And then there's an Overseer, and he's like, not bad.
So DeMusliM does have 2 Hellions already, and look at this really quick third hatch, man, because of course we should be serious as well. Because the action is starting to pick off in this game. Pretty quick third base for DarKFoRcE.
Man, that little love sequence sounds like a terrible Japanese skin flick.
If they've heard it. If you guys ever see a PG-18 movie in the upcoming 3 years with that?
PG-18?
Yes, is that possible?
There's NC-17.
Oh, well, sorry. We don't have those rules. Just trying to
We can make up PG-18. Yeah, these Hellions have scouted and are picking away at this this third hatchery. Ling's going to come down. Speed finishes. DarKFoRcE trying to split up and micro as well as he can, but DeMusliM, 2 on top of things, not going to lose anything. We do see that Cloak Banshee follow-up on the way.
Yeah, so he is indeed going for Banshees, despite what I said, so I was wrong, that he's in general not a very... he doesn't like Banshees that much. There was a while where he played a lot of double star put just because he was desperate against Zerg, but that's back in the days. However, focusing on this game, I think this might actually turn out quite well for DeMusliM, because having Cloak Banshee forces DarKFoRcE to have detection at 3 different places, which can be pretty annoying, and just in general having to worry about these Hellions as well. I think DeMusliM is going to be quite pleased, and he should be able to do quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, I'm also kind of intrigued by this fast stem for DeMusliM. It kind of makes me feel like he's going to play pure Bio Hellion with minimal siege tank support.
Yeah.
And honestly, if I were to look at this and say what's good against it, I would say some Baneling play. But
oh, Hellions. That's a lot of Hellions, though. I don't think DarKFoRcE should be able to should take that fight.
These are so fast on creep.
He loses a few links. DeMusliM is very smart, waiting for his Banshees to fly out. Doesn't want to fly out with 1. Wow, he has 2 right now. This is about the moment you want to fly out, though. That's exactly what he does.
DarKFoRcE is dropping.
Nice sandwich.
That is some good control, and DeMusliM was not watching. And
beautiful surround.
Talk about losing all your momentum. This was a great start for DeMusliM. Now, that hurts, man, because DarKFoRcE can start spreading that creep and really.
More importantly, now he only has to worry about the Banshees. He doesn't have to worry about those Hellions anymore. And 6 Hellions could deal a ton of damage.
Well, he's seen the Banshees. They're going to run right into a Spore Crawler, but there's no spores anywhere else. Just now, DarKFoRcE starting some in his natural and main Queen. Where are you going, Queen?
There's another Spore, though. I'm going to look at DarKFoRCE's point of view.
DeMusliM is controlling this very well. And he's already picked off 2 Queens. He's going to kill this building Spore easily.
And that also means that he's going to be able to pick off a couple of drones over there. Take a look at the unit count map. There are still 3 Queens on the map, though. 2 Queens in production right now.
Yeah, thus far there's been minimal worker losses, so it's not that bad for DarKFoRcE. In fact, he is about 10 workers ahead.
Gonna lose a couple of drones right now. But those 2 Banshees actually should be able to...
Overseer's gonna come over. But I think the Banshees will manage to make it away, as there's lots of airspace in the corners of Ohana. And now DeMusliM is...
well, he's on triple orbital.
Yeah.
So he has a really good economy.
He's in a great position.
He's probably going to be careful, not floating this orbital over too quick, like we saw Ryun do, perhaps, and then not being able to defend it. Take a look at DarKFoRCE's main base. We see the Spy going down. We see the Infestation Kit going down.
This is weird, man.
He's getting a little bit of everything.
He's only on 4 gas, and he's getting everything. So,
do you think maybe he wants to just get like 2-3 mutas out to deal with Banshees?
Possibly. Maybe he wants to fake some mutas, like you said, with 3 or 4 mutas, and then just go into a Ling Infestor style. He is getting upgrades. He's got +1 melee already finished and +1 carapace also coming.
Interesting. So DarKFoRcE scouts the main base, but doesn't actually scout the expand. And I think we would love to see that there is another article that should give you a little bit more information about the state of the game.
There's a little drop on the left side of the map, making its way up towards DarKFoRCE's main base.
On smaller maps, DeMusliM always love to go for that pure Hellion Marine opening, that really quick stim push, something that Illusion used to do a lot as well. But I guess Ohana is just a little bit too big, and that's why he went for the very economical and also the little bit of harassment Banshee opening.
Medevac will fly right past some Overlords, so DarKFoRcE should be aware of it. There's no movement on the minimap, though. He doesn't seem to have spotted it. Now he's moving away. Medevac dangerously close to a Spore Crawler.
Once more proving something that Idra said quite recently. Spores are actually excellent in defending against drops, and something you can see now once more. Just taking down that Medevac half HP helps out a lot.
This is a really fast hive from DarKFoRcE. We can see his plan starting to materialize a bit. He wants to rush to Broodlords. Baneling Nest is going down.
Oh, DeMusliM has to take care of this Medevac. Don't do the same as you did with your Hellions. If he flies to the left, he's going to be in trouble. Wow. DeMusliM is playing a bit sloppy.
That's a sad day. Somewhere a Zealot is crying because his girlfriend got shot down.
That was my baby mama. But meanwhile, he still has the Ultralisk on a leash. He's like, it's okay, bro.
It's okay.
Don't do it like,
that's the Ultra's name. It's just like a bunch of consonants. There's no vowels in there anywhere.
It's pretty sad, man. Ultralisk growing up without his mother.
Oh.
But in all seriousness, sloppy play so far from DeMusliM. He had pretty cute Banshee control. He kept his Banshees alive, which was the most important thing. But losing 6 Hellions over here, you could clearly see that he wasn't watching. And now once more, it takes quite a while before that Spore Crawler actually roots and gets in range for that Medevac. That just could have gone better.
Greater Spire is already morphing for DarKFoRcE. He's going to have like a 15-minute Greater Spire. DeMusliM is in no way prepared to deal with with Broodlords.
No, definitely right, but DeMusliM does know about DarKFoRcE's plans, and I think that's one of the reasons why he's moving out already. And I don't think DarKFoRcE is going to have enough time to get Broodlords out, so he's going to have to somehow get a good trade with the army that he has right now.
He does have 3 infestors. If he fungles those banshees, oh, the queen needs to move. Oh, that's no good. And using all your fungal on banshees is not something you want to do, especially when you only have 3 infestors on the field. That means there's going to be no fungal left over for these Marines.
No, but he does have more than 120 Zerglings in the map. DeMusliM forgets his siege tank. So many Zerglings, man.
That is a ton of Lings. With the Banshee's still picking away and is killing some of these infestors. Come on, DarKFoRcE, just bring a queen down. You have ample time to deal with this. Finally, he does. But not before getting several queens, or I'm sorry, several infestors picked off.
But still, this is too scary for DeMusliM. There's so much creep. There are 145 Zerglings on the map, man. And he's getting that also important Adrenaline Lens upgrade.
Oh, and here we go. DarKFoRcE is just going to engage here, and it does not look like DeMusliM's going to have enough. Tanks getting completely surrounded and killed. Marines melting away. There's 16 Marines about to be unloaded in the main base, though, and that could turn things around.
Exactly. I was just about to point it out. We have those 16 Marines picked up.
Good job by DarKFoRcE. Sees it at the last second, drops a big fungal. And another big fungal, and a third fungal should be able to come down.
He's dealing a lot of damage with his drop, and DeMusliM still has a good economy. I don't think he will be able to take out these medevacts, right? Maybe he has one more fungal.
Oh, and he is going to kill both of these medevacts.
Oh, yeah,
he's got one more fungal. Queen is there, so well done by DarKFoRcE, and now DeMusliM
throws down the scan straight away, wants to get the confirmation. Is there a Great Aspire, or do I have to worry about Ultralisk? Nope, there is a Great Aspire.
Scary situation to be in if you are DeMusliM. DarKFoRcE a little bit limited by his gas, though. Only about 1,000 gas. Great Aspire is done. DeMusliM's still on the move, man. A big Marine squad.
Perfect timing here by DeMusliM. Hits his head straight away as it goes up. Gonna force a cancel. Yes, DarKFoRcE is on top. So DarKFoRcE playing a really good game so far, and despite being down in supply a lot, don't get fooled by that, guys. He's just saving time for those Broodlords.
Yep, DeMusliM doing a good job controlling, splitting those Marines so they can't all get fungled. Setting up a push on this high ground, but he does not want to stick around for Broodlords.
I love the double starport though, triple starport even.
4 Vikings at a time. Man, DeMusliM is still playing so well. Like, DarKFoRcE has done some cute stuff, and he's kept himself into a manageable position, but he's on equal bases.
But DeMusliM has force. No, actually not. It's 2-2 against 2-2. DeMusliM is 3-3 is on the way though. He's getting +2 for his tanks now as well.
He is 20 army supply up, which is noteworthy.
Noteworthy, man. Not bad.
Not bad.
Did you just think of that? I love how DeMusliM is really on top of the Broodlord switch. He scouted it first, then he double-checked, he confirmed, he saw the Corruptors, then having those starports ready and instantly going into mass Viking production. We have 6 Vikings on the way before we ever really saw a Broodlord.
DarKFoRcE wants to pick a fight right here, and he is going to run right in. Tanks a little bit late on the sieging. Need to see some good fungals. Tanks going to try to focus down the infestors, and they do an okay job.
Really good job by DeMusliM. Oh, those Broodlords are so exposed right now.
This is really bad for DarKFoRcE. He's down in supply. Lings rushing in on these Marines. DeMusliM doing a good job kiting backwards, using those tanks to set up a great choke.
Wow, so well.
Incredible control by DeMusliM.
Yep, he's going to pick off that Broodlord as well. He should be able to pick off a couple of those Corruptors, or at least scare them away so the Vikings stay alive. Beautiful, beautiful fight by DeMusliM. Despite being unsieged, he did get the best out of it, and he had very nice positioning, nice splitting, and those Vikings, having those Vikings in time just means the world. You could also say that it was a bad engagement by DarKFoRcE, because maybe he underestimated the slowness of his Broodlords.
He definitely wanted to save that base, and I think that made him act a little hastily. DeMusliM, I love the way that he's playing. He's not trying to go kill DarKFoRcE, he's just trying to choke him out. He says, DarKFoRcE, I'm never going to let you take a 4th base. DarKFoRcE can't do anything about this. He's got 130 supply against a near-maxed Terran army.
Yep, DeMusliM, no, actually he's going to let that hatch finish, so DarKFoRcE going for a big engagement, but this is a fight he can't possibly win.
No, yeah, there's absolutely no way. A couple of infestors waddling in late to the party. The hatchery is going to get picked off.
Wow. So DeMusliM, despite being sloppy on 1 or 2 moments, he's played an absolutely brilliant PvC.
He really has. DarKFoRcE, I don't think he played a bad game at all. I just think he made maybe one wrong decision.
Bad engagement.
Yeah, just a couple of lackluster engagements. Now he's going to start sending Lings out around the map to threaten counters, but DeMusliM's going to have a planetary done at his 4th, and his economy is just booming right now.
Doesn't sit out of control.
I think that would be a very worthy word to describe the situation.
Well, he only has 1700 minerals a minute right now. You know when I would really love DeMusliM? If he floats off this orbital.
Yeah, 1700 minerals per minute, and he has no mules on the map.
Yeah, he often saves a lot of energy. That's something he did last week against Show as well. If he's not sure and if he feels that his economy is fine, you will see him saving up energy on purpose because he wants to scan a lot. He could pick off a lot of overlords over here, by the way, with all those Vikings.
And still, he's just being very methodical, going around denying the 4th base. You see him, he's going to drop this building 4th at the same time as the main.
You might actually spot the ultra attack switch. But he's not producing Vikings anymore. He knows he has quite a few Vikings. Nice transfusion right there by DarKFoRcE.
11 Vikings. That's a lot of Vikings.
DarKFoRcE still hanging in there, having a little bit of that Hazuo spirit. Never give up.
Yeah, and he's not out of it because he's still got 3 base army. DeMusliM is pushing forward as this drop happens in the back of DarKFoRcE's 3rd.
Well, the good thing is for DeMusliM, all the fighting happens on DarKFoRCE's side of the map.
Again, tanks caught on siege. This is an okay engagement, but now the Marines behind just provide too much damage. Good fungals going down, but the positioning, DeMusliM's positioning has been impeccable in every single fight, Kev.
Couldn't agree more. And he's still active with units around the map, having a drop over here as well. Gonna force one more cancel, and that's it. DarKFoRcE calls GG. DeMusliM wins the first map pretty convincingly.
Yeah, he looked great. Really did an awesome job of denying DarKFoRcE's attempts at taking a 4th base. That fight right by the Zelnaga tower where DeMusliM microed back behind his tanks, choking up those Zerglings that was cool.
But
that
still,
really
I feel,
cool.
I mean, DarKFoRcE at 145 Zerglings. What if 30 of those were Banelings?
Yeah. Well, what if
it was a fight on creep even.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all.
I'm like, of course, I'm not the TVZ expert, but I got mixed feelings about this whole refusing to make Baneling style. I'm not sure if I'm really fond of it.
It's maybe.
I mean, maybe it's just metagaming, because like feeling that, okay, I can't really get the fights with the Banelings that I want to have, so instead I'm going to try to skip them, and I'm going to try to get those Ultra units out a little bit quicker.
It's really tough to say, because I definitely don't disagree with you, but if you make the Banelings, it limits your other options.
Of course, and it makes the Terran more cautious as well. Like, he's not going to be as aggressive as he normally is. And certainly when you play against Terrans like DeMusliM, who scouts so actively, they will always know, okay, is he actually going for heavy Banelings or not? And
that tank count's still going to continue to climb, especially when you show the Banelings. And then you have, less gas. You're not able to get up to Broodlords with the same level of speed. It's a really tough thing to call. I mean, Stefano seems to be the only guy that seems to be winning with it in today's metagame.
Stefano could do anything and win with it, man.
That's very true. That game was brought to you guys by Kingston HyperX. And we're going to kick it to a very short commercial break while we set up game number 2. More DeMusliM DarKFoRcE coming up after this.